Alright, welcome back to part 2 of this episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden Diamonds. It is definitely a part 2 now. This has definitely turned into a two-parter. And as you can see, we are not back for the St Ives game. We have played the St Ives game. We are back for Maidstone in the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. Let's talk first of all about this game against St Ives. We did get a 1-1 draw against top of the table. They dominated the first half, to be fair. They got an early goal with the first play of the game. They got us on the counter-attack from our own corner. They managed to finish that off, and then they proceeded to miss an awful lot of good chances. They really could have put us to bed before half-time. But in the second half, we changed a few things up. They were playing with 2 strikers and a number 10 in behind. We started playing with a defensive midfielder. We pulled Ben Ford back into the defensive midfield position. And that really helped us to get a control of the game, along with playing out onto the wings, where we did have a little bit more advantage. And, well, in the end, we dominated the second half. As you can see from the stats here, we actually ended up with the better XG. So that was really pleasing to take on top of the table and be able to put in a second half like we did. In the end, it was actually Laurel Smith off of the bench to get his first goal of the season. We were throwing everything at it. We had Laurel Smith and Tom Lorraine up front. And, well, yeah, fortunately, we managed to get the point, and that keeps our good little run of form going. We are now, I think, 5 games unbeaten. We are 11th place in the table. St Ives are now down to 2nd. But as you can see, we've got that game in hand. If we can win that game in hand, we can go back up to 6th place. And then we even still have a game in hand over Leiston, who are in 6th right now as well. So things are looking positive, even though we've now slipped into mid-table. Things are looking kind of positive. But now we're going to concentrate on this FA Cup game. This is the FA Cup episode, and if we take a look at Maidstone, it is very, very similar to when we took on Spennymoor. They are 17th in the Vanarama South. They are not on a good run of form. They've only won 1 league game all season. They did lose their last game to slip from 15th to 17th. So I think this is a very similar game to the third qualifying round. The second qualifying round. I think we have a good opportunity to pull off another upset here and put ourselves into the 4th qualifying round. I have checked, and it would be a 4th qualifying round that we go into. I completely was, I don't know if I forgot or if I was just unaware, but I did lose count of how many qualifying rounds there were. Now, we have had some ins and outs. For some reason, they are not appearing here. If I go to the transfer centre, do they appear on the outs? No, they are not here. We have had 2 players leave us, Jack Ashton and Brian Garwood. Neither of them were getting games. They were both on non-contracts, so they were both a little fed up with not having opportunities. So they both decided to leave the club. That's absolutely fine. We are now starting to get a few unhappy players with the lack of playing time, but even so, we have got 2 new players in. I'm not even going to try and say his surname. Polish Oliver has come in on loan from Bradford City. He's a central midfielder. I don't think he's really going to get many games, to be honest. I couldn't see the whole picture. I couldn't be bothered to send out our scouts and incur that cost of scouting him. So it wasn't going to cost us anything to getting him on loan. So I just went ahead and confirmed it. He's kind of all right. 10 passing, 11 vision, 11 decisions, a little bit of stamina and pace. He's kind of all right, but we don't really need him. So yeah, don't expect to see Oliver too much. But we did make another new signing, which I am very, very pleased about, and that is Jim Fenlon. Jim Fenlon is a right back who can also play left back, so he's got that versatility, and he is really solid for this level. 10 marking, 10 tackling, 9 passing, 8 crossing, 8 dribbling, 12 determination, 10 positioning. He is a very, very good right back for our level. But also what I love about him, you've probably guessed, is his 11 strength and 10 stamina. He's going to give us something we have been severely lacking. He has played a number of games as high as League 2 for AFC Wimbledon. So he has Football League experience. And what I think Jim is going to give us the possibility of doing is moving Jay Williams into the centre-back position. Jay Williams has 13 strength and 13 stamina. Exactly the kind of player that we need. He's been playing fantastic as the right back, but I think he is going to come in and take Alex Collard's place possibly. If we compare the two, you can see here Jay Williams is just the far superior player. I do like Alex Collard's strength, and also he does have a good bit of stamina. I do like his heading ability. But outside of that, Jay Williams is clearly the better player. He beats Alex Collard in every area of the game, really. So what I'm thinking long term now, Jim Fenlon is going to be on the bench for today's game in the FA Cup. But long term, I think Williams moves into centre-back and Jim Fenlon becomes our first choice right back. So yeah, I still need our central midfielder, and I've got a couple of players here I would love to sign. First of all, we've got these trialists in. Abdi Sharif I think he's my defensive midfield option. Great stamina, natural fitness, brilliant leader, great work rate, and he's got 12 tackling and 12 passing. He has just been released by Liverpool, and I think he has got all the attributes to be an absolutely fantastic defensive midfielder for us. But he wants more than £400 a game. I just don't have that in the budget, and especially with Jim Fenlon coming in, who is going to be getting £250 a game, I just can't stretch to it. Now, the other option I have here, if I can find him, I've got so many trialists in right now. Was it Goldberg? I think it was. Bradley Goldberg is a striker. Now, he has also got a lot of experience, largely in the Vanarama National League and the Vanarama South. He has played a few games in League 2. His best ever season was actually in the Vanarama South for Bromley. But he scored a few goals at Vanarama level. And if we compare him to Tom Lorraine, again, you can see here, he beats Tom Lorraine in every area of the game. Although he doesn't have the same finishing ability, he does have a lot more other technical aspects which just make him the better player. If we look at the polygon, yeah, Tom Lorraine's kind of out above him there on the aerial side of things, but in everything else, Bradley Goldberg looks a very, very good player. And again, he wants over £400 a week. I just don't have the budget, so I have got to move players on to make space, hopefully to be able to bring in Abdi Sharif and Bradley Goldberg. What I think I'm going to do, we don't have for today's game Sam Warburton or Connor Furlong after his sending off. Matty Slynn is now unhappy because he's not playing. I think we are going to get him on the transfer list. And then outside of that, I think now that we've got Fenlon coming in, I think Ryan Hughes we will also put onto the transfer list. And if I can get rid of those two, then that gives me around about £650, £700 a week more on the wage budget. So that's the long-term plan. Those two are not really going to play, but that's where we are. So for today's game, it's Snecker in goal, Williams, Collard, Eli and Hurd at left back. Johnny Hurd played very, very well against St. Ives. And then Ford and O'Hara in midfield. O'Hara was very poor the last game. He has really got to step it up. He's now 35. I don't know if maybe the physical side of the game is just getting the better of him. We've got Claudio Diaz starting on the right wing because obviously Connor Furlong is suspended. That means Ravi Shamsi moves to the left wing, Jack Brown and Tom Lorraine up front. So let's see if these boys can pull off another memorable FA Cup upset. If we go into the tactical meeting, let's get ourselves into the team talk. I am going to submit this team. Great to have got Laurel Smith on the score sheet in his last game. Hopefully he can now continue to be a goal threat for us. Let's see if we can get the players motivated. Now we've gone a few games without defeat. I think the players are starting to believe a little bit more in what we're doing. They're starting to respond a little bit more. Maidstone United's Gallagher Stadium. Yeah, let's go for this. The pressure is all on them. Go and cause an upset, and nobody responds. All right, Alex Collard's motivated. Thank goodness he's up for this FA Cup game. Nobody else is interested. Alex Collard and Tom Lorraine. Well, thank you very much for your enthusiasm. Hopefully, as we get into the game, it will rub off on the rest of them. Claudio Diaz is going to play as a winger. We've also got Joel Giassi on the bench who can play there. We have, of course, got that option of bringing Jim Fenlon in at some point. Maybe if we want to just shore things up at the back. I think he's going to be a great signing for us, especially allowing us to move Jay Williams into the middle. Let's have a look at Maidstone's tactics there. So they're playing the same formation as us. Hopefully we can deal with it as Curran heads over early on. But we've had a couple of shots as well. So we have the better possession. Our possession game is certainly working as we give away a penalty. Does our FA Cup journey end at Maidstone? It may well do as they go one up through Jack Barham. Come on, boys, let's get into this. Come on, boys, let's encourage them, see if they respond. They have done. And we now have a highlight as Jack Brown takes it forward into Diaz. Nice exchange with Jack Brown. And Jamie O'Hara. He's picked out an absolute peach of a goal to open his AFC Rushden and Diamonds account. I was critical of his performance against St. Ives, but he's shown his quality there, his Premier League and Champions League quality. Champions League, Championship. I don't think Jamie O'Hara ever played Champions League, did he? But he has turned out a Champions League quality goal to equalise at Maidstone here in the FA Cup third qualifying round. Let's see if we can demand more. All the players like that. Brown and Eli didn't like it. Let's keep this going, guys. We are the better team here. We are showing again that we, with our possession style of football, we do keep the ball well. We've been defending much better since Ben Ford came into the team as they attack now and retake the lead. Against the run of play, completely against the run of play. I don't even want to watch that replay. I cannot take it. The defending was abysmal. Let's see if we can lift the players here. Happy with the number of shots on target. There we go. We've got them motivated. Come on, boys. Claudio Diaz not having a good game. If he can't pick things up pretty quickly in this second half, we will make that change as he gets one in for Tom Lorraine, who hits the post. It wouldn't have counted anyway for an offside. We are the better team here. Come on, boys. Do we try and press them a little bit more? Do we try and get in around them? As Barham comes forward, he has been an absolute thorn in our side today with those 2 goals. We've played a really good game, but Maidstone have had a good start to the second half here. We're going to need something. Let's encourage them again. And Johnny Hurd has picked up an injury. Oh dear, Jim Fenlon is going to get his debut, but it is not in the position I was expected to play him in. We're going to go with an inverted wing back here. And as he is an inverted wing back, I'm going to get him to underlap rather than overlap. I don't know if that's a good idea because Ravi Shamsi is coming inside as well. Do I want to do that? No, we're going to stick with the overlaps because I think he's going to take away Ravi Shamsi's space if we do that. But what else can I change here? Because things are not really working now. Claudio Diaz has got to come off. Joel Gyasi can come in. Now I am going to play him as an inside forward as well. I'm going to try and get lots and lots of bodies in there around their centre backs. Just try and overload the area with our 4 attacking players against their centre backs. We have had those shots on goal. What else can we change here? I'm going to play for set pieces, be more expressive, have a little bit more width. And now where do we want to go from here? I think we are going to push up onto them a little bit more and we're going to start pressing a little bit earlier or a little bit more intensely. Can we get back into this game? Because I don't think we have even had an attack or a shot at goal as we go 3-1 down. Oh dear. The FA Cup dream is over, but I feel like we gave a really good account of ourselves. Feel like we gave it a really good go, didn't we? We gave it a good go. We didn't disgrace ourselves. We've beaten a Vanarama North team. We've given a Vanarama South team a good game. I think we can leave here with our heads held high, even though we've got to be disappointed with the final result. Can we get back into it here with Jack Brown? No. Come on, boys. Come on, let's have one more. Alright, one more change after this highlight. One more change. It's going to be too late, I think, but do we go 2 up front maybe just to finish the game? Jack Brown is very tired as they get in again. And we've gotten away with that one maybe. Let's have a look. Let's get Jack Brown out. And you know what? I'm going to bring Fernando Bell-Toxtel in. Just give him a few minutes on the pitch just to kind of keep him happy. He's a decent little midfield option for us as a central midfielder or as a number 10. So just giving him a couple of minutes just lets him know he's still involved. You got to hand it to Maidstone. They were the better team in the second half, but again, I feel like we competed well. Yeah, let's tell them they did themselves proud. Oh dear. Oh dear, they don't want to know about it. All right, how do we sell this to them? I can't fault your effort. It was just one of those days. No, that's not working. I can't fault your effort. No, they're not happy with me. There you go. No one's really responded particularly well to that, but hopefully that's not going to affect us too much going forward. That's not a terrible performance. I think we can be pleased with what we've done in the FA Cup. It's brought in at least a little bit a cash for the club. It's brought in around about £6,000. Maybe not fantastic in the grand scheme of things. I think we're losing around about 8 or 10 a month, I think. So 6,000 doesn't help too much, but we've met expectations. We've got another 1.9 thousand, and let's hope that Hurd is not badly injured. He is. 2 months out. We're already without Warburton, so Fenlon, I think, is going to be playing a few games at left back. We'll send the assistant. All right, so we have done 3 episodes now, and we are still very early in the season. We've only just gone into October, so I think we are going to go forward a while. I think we might come back maybe in December. We'll maybe come back in December, or maybe, yeah, I see Bromsgrove Sporting, I think, are now in first place in the league. They are. But I don't think I want to come back so soon. We've done 3 episodes and only played a handful of games, really. So I think we'll maybe come back at the end of the year and we'll kind of look at how the league is shaping up and how it looks as we reach the mid-season stage. We've got Pt2 Sports on the 8th of January, so that is a local derby. So I think that might be the one we come back for. So we're going to get into it and really play through quite a lot of games there. We've got 4, 7, we got 10, 11 games. I think a good 11 game stint, and then we'll come back for Pt2 Sports and we'll see how things are looking when we get back into this. Well, I hope you're enjoying the series. I think we've given a good account of ourselves in the FA Cup. I'm really pleased with it. So if you are enjoying it, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. And we will see you next time for the next episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. See you very soon.